Welcome to Women at Halftime podcast, but not just for women, for you men too. If you're at mid-career or the halftime of life, our inspirational topics are not only fun, but also meant to help you maximize and write your next chapter. Right here with me, Deborah Johnson. Well, hello, Deborah Johnson here. And today we are talking about perspective with our Roundabout and perspective from others. And what kind of perspective will work best for you? And while we celebrate the concept of self-made in our society, rarely has any person achieved remarkable accomplishments without the help of others. And think of all of those who have impacted your life. These can include parents and other family members, teachers, bosses, co-workers, clergy, mentors, friends, and other influential people. The perspectives others can provide, especially those whom we trust, it can help us progress from our current position, our point A, to where we wish to go, our point B. So let's talk about how their perspectives can benefit us on our journeys, and what we must be aware of when seeking the perspective of others, and how to know if we have the right people to assist us on our journeys. All very important questions to ask. In my previous article, as you see the perspective article number 1, I'll put the link in the article to this. I shared 3 perspectives that aid us in getting unstuck to eventually get off of our roundabout. And the first is to gain that enhanced or elevated perspective by taking an objective view of our current situation. And doing so, it helps us view our lives from a different angle to better understand where we need to go. And the second is to espouse various mindsets or attitudes or perspectives to stay on track despite the challenges, the setbacks, and failures. And I gave a number of mindsets to be able to help with this. And the third is to create a clear picture of ourselves, living the life to which we aspire. And in this article, I will share how the perspectives of others, it can impact our journey. When we understand the ways in which we can apply these perspectives, then, we can determine which type is best suited for our particular situation. We can make that decision. So, how others' perspectives can help us and benefit us, first of all. There are multiple ways that the assistance of others can help us achieve our personal goals. And here we'll cover 3 perspectives from input, then 3 perspectives from accountability. An important note to consider before obtaining these perspectives is to first define and review your own core values. And I have a link to this in the article as well. These are the absolute values that you hold as a priority in your life. A solid knowledge of those values will help to shine a light on others' points of view, and if they're worth even considering and trusting. And your values can include your personal commitments to family, to spirituality, to ethics, and even culture. Core values. So let's first talk about perspectives from input and our input 1. This will be content. Others can provide on-demand content relevant to our challenges through blogs, videos, podcasts, webinars, and other media. There's a plethora of this content out, and we gain perspective from the content creators really without the need to interact directly. Applying what we learn from this content, that requires us to be self-starters, conducting the follow-up all on our own. And some people are great at this. We can use planners, journals, and other tools to stay on track. Now, there's another input in this section is feedback that others provide. So others can provide their feedback after hearing or seeing our plans and proposed actions. We may prefer or need to work alone while still wanting the ability to bounce our ideas off someone else periodically for additional insights, different viewpoints, and suggested actions. We can gain perspective from their feedback and their experience. And we can choose to incorporate their input into our plans with action steps that they may even provide. And we may absorb their feedback with the modifications really that work the best for us. And then we have our input 3. This is the third of our input, is inspiration. So others serve as an inspirational role model that we can emulate, especially with those who have successfully reached their goals and aspirations. Their stories of overcoming limiting attitudes and challenges to prevail provide us with lessons and bits of wisdom that we can use for our journeys. And they're very inspiring. They're encouraging to us. When someone else accomplishes a goal and we can see ourselves in them, it's like, oh, I could have done that, or I could do that. We gain the motivation and the confidence that we are able of doing the same. And we can learn from those steps that they've taken, and even the missteps that they have taken. We may even considering asking them to serve as mentors or guides for our journeys. We can also gain inspiration and perspective by reading biographies, books, and posts of interesting people. And we can learn by watching TED Talks or documentaries as they share their journey and challenges and how they overcome their challenges and what they resulted from that. Applying what we learn from their stories can help us ideate additional options to solve our challenges. Now, perspectives, this is our second group of perspectives from accountability. And number 1 is basically accountability. This is where others provide a program and materials structured to keep us on track. It's a guide. For example, we seek accountability when we hire a coach or a trainer, or when we sign up for courses, participate in a 30-day challenge, if we join Weight Watchers or attend an AA meeting. All of those are accountability. And we can gain perspective from our coaches, our trainers, our teachers, and moderators, and likely also from others who are participating in the same programs. Within a structured system, we are held accountable to take specific actions and progress toward an agreed upon milestone. We must show up, we must report our progress, and even face consequences if we veer off track. Some of those groups you have to pay additional fees, or there are a lot of consequences. So now let's talk about that second principle. We have that input, but now we have the combination of content and accountability. And we may need the combination of this content-driven and accountability-driven program really to make a positive forward movement toward our goals. And this method here, accountability and content, this is the method that works best for most. As this combination, it delivers quicker results toward the intended goal. Now, my friend Elise is a high achiever. Even so, Elise found that a content-driven approach was not enough for particular issues. For example, she sought an accountability-driven program to help her downsize her belongings. Elise read many articles about decluttering, and she even listened to several episodes of the Minimalist podcast. But she made real progress when she made the financial and the time commitment to hiring an organizational coach to work with her a few hours weekly. Well, she's a competent adult who she could have done all of this on her own. But she realized that she needed the additional help of an accountability-driven program to drive the results she desired, and in a shorter time frame. So now third in this section is group work. And this is where others provide a structure of support to achieve our goals. Structure of support. Input from a team can be powerful, multiplying the effort and impact that we can have just all by ourselves. Group members offer perspective, encouragement, and accountability. And if we have an off day, hey, well, they can cover us and they can keep us on track. Mastermind groups are a form of group work in which the members support and guide each other, providing varied perspectives in the form of advice and informal mentoring. If you have a challenge, your mastermind group, it can help you gain additional perspectives on how well you might frame the issue, or what resources you could tap into, or even how to approach it with the next steps. They may have gone through some of the same issues. So let's talk about what to know when asking for others' perspectives. This is important. Again, going back to your core values is important. I believe that we can learn something from most every person that we meet. And notice I said most. But that said, we must carefully select whom we ask for specific feedback on advice and mentoring. Remember that importance of defining your core values first. Watch who you ask for this, because there, again, are a million opinions. When I recommend discernment, we must take others' guidance with a grain of salt, because that advice comes from others' life situations and experiences, and those are not our experiences. Every person's experiences are different, and not everyone will have that maturity and the breadth of exposure to provide you with that sound, valuable feedback. Realizing this is important. Others may have agendas that do not prioritize our best interests. Well, maybe we ask our spouse for advice regarding our plan for progress at work and to progress up the ladder. While our spouse may believe in the benefits of additional education, but he or she may not encourage us to pursue this, because it could impact their time with us or increase their family and household responsibilities. And this could happen with a friend, that could happen with anyone. And in my book, The Summit, Journey to Hero Mountain, I have a great illustration for this. The lead character, Mallory, she sets out on a journey to find a more fulfilling future than her current situation could provide. Well, her brother, he follows and he attempts to save her as he believes that she will fail. Well, his actions aren't driven by caring for Mallory's well-being. Well, instead, he needs to be seen and validated as a hero and a protector. Mallory she sees right through his pretext, and she continues her journey, and in fact, continues her journey very successfully. Okay, another reason and really being discerning on others' perspectives, because the others may not appreciate our choices if we diverge from their recommendations. So beware of seeking counsel from those who constantly demonstrate qualities such as arrogance, rigidity, and pride. And we may get on their bad side if we don't follow their guidance. Oh, we have seen so much of this recently. People are afraid to even talk about their opinions. So here are some perspectives we can encounter on our journeys. When we commit to change our lives, there will be many who encourage and support us. And we can flourish with the positive perspectives of those who really believe in our capability to succeed. So that is important to realize. But however, there will be some who don't understand our need to make adjustments and changes. And we may even encounter someone who is actively attempting to thwart our progress. I don't know if you've had somebody in your life like that, but it doesn't feel good. So we need to understand with clarity those who are not with us. They need to not be in our close circle. Our goals are too important to be derailed by a person or people who are not fully on board with our success and our goals, no matter what they are. When considering others' perspectives, you want to get good input. That's very important. But understand the influence of your network on your ability to achieve your goals. The network's so important. Those with whom you associate, they can impact your success. And use discernment in seeking advice by evaluating the motives of the people that you consult. Do they want what you want? Do they want the best for you? And ask yourself the question, is this person still growing? Oh, that's a good one. Well, if yes, ask a follow-up question. Are they growing in a similar direction as I am? Well, you and your situation are always changing. And while long-term relationships, they can provide familiarity and shared memories, we may outgrow those who were previously important to us. Be careful with this one, mainly on professional relationships. Recognize that biases in others' guidances may be there. My friend Valerie is a mid-level military officer, and she has often sought the input of senior officers on what skills she needs and assignments that she should take. Well, if she talks to 10 officers, she receives 10 different opinions, but they're often based on the path that led them to their high rank. Well, she understands the value and limits of their advice. So understand and know that not everyone will understand what you are trying to do. I especially come across this in my field. So be forgiving and execute your plan anyway. Be grateful for the roles that they have played in your life and be willing to move forward regardless and learn what you can from them. Have the confidence to push ahead, even if you don't have the full support or even understanding of those closest to you. You are on your journey, not theirs. And you may need to bring some new people and influences into your inner circle, your trusted contacts. So trust your instincts and just keep moving forward. Now realize in this article, in this show, that there's a free download of journal prompts. Make sure you get that. It's absolutely free. And I will go through some questions that will help you think through this section on how to choose and who to go to when you are looking for different perspectives and how to maybe increase your discernment in this area. I hope it really helped you. That is my purpose for putting these out, and to be able to help you move through and around and out of your roundabout. Thank you for joining me, and I'll look forward to being here with you again next time. Bye-bye for now.
Thank you for joining us. It is because of our wonderful listeners like you that we keep going strong week after week. We'd love it if you'd share and follow us to not miss a single show and even write a review. You can also find all of our articles, products, and links at womenathalftime.com.